there. Welcome to the House of Middlescence. I'm Barbara Brooks, your host and the founder of Second Act Women, a beautiful national community that just happens to be based here in Denver, Colorado. But here's what we're talking about today. It's about jobs, jobbing, all the things. Oh my goodness. If I hear one more woman say that they have sent hundreds of resumes, I can't wear my lashes because I just start crying with them. 76% of older workers today that are seeking jobs, here's the deal. Here's what they're saying. Say that age works against them. That's right. Age works against them. 76% of you are saying that. Well, that's a problem. That's a major problem. And I can't tell you, again, how many times I've heard time and time again, the resumes, the job hunting for not just months, but a year or two. Yeah, it's not good. There is a crisis happening in America. And from what I'm hearing from my colleagues across the pond, it's also happening across the world. The frustration is real. But here's the deal. It's not you. I need for you to know. It is not you. It's the system. It's the biases that we face against being 40, 50, 60 plus. That's right. And sometimes it's also about how we have been taught to present ourselves. Yeah. I hear from recruiters that sometimes we walk in lacking the confidence. And frankly, I kind of get it because you have been through it. You've been through so many, if you even get in the interview, you've been through them and you just feel defeated. And the truth is, it's not hopelessness. It is absolutely fixable. I myself and my colleagues are working hard, tirelessly, trying to change the perception about age and aging in place and all the things and reframing what it is and means to be 40, 50, 60 plus. Because listen, we need to rebrand what the heck age looks like today. And I'm sitting at 59, and it's not Golden Girls 59, right? But also it's fixable with us and perhaps our resumes, how we show up online, all those other things that are completely fixable. So we're going to talk a little bit about that this morning. Let's talk about what's actually happening out there and what I'm hearing from people like you, because I get it. That's why I started the company, Second Act Women, because I, at only 59, 51 at the time, yeah, the operative word 51 at the time in 2018, I was there. I was there with you. And so was my counterpart and former business partner, Lupe, who now works for the state. Yay! Yay, her. But let's do a reality check. Let's start with some stats because clearly experience is not the issue. It is actually the perception. So I'm a stat girl. Here's what we have here. Let me just pull up my media assets here and let's start with some stats. Okay, there is a silver tsunami. There is a silver tsunami coming, and we are 52 million strong in the United States when it comes to women between the ages of 40 to 64. A silver tsunami is coming. And here's the numbers. Here is what the numbers reveal in 40 plus talent. 40% of US workers, they are us. They are 45 plusers. That's right. That is women, men, and they. We are the backbone of workforces. 76%, as I said before, job seekers say age is hurting them, and it shouldn't. It's just a time in life, for goodness sakes. 50 plus job seekers take nearly twice as long to land a role. That's right, twice as long. And then 1 in 3 professionals, let me just pull it. Okay. 1 in 3 professionals make a major career change after 40. And do you know $850 billion is lost in the crisis that's happening today? That's right. $850 billion is lost annually since 2018, since they have been tracking it in age discrimination. And there are so many other numbers. Here's the other thing too. Employers have got to start hiring us because 1 in 3 people in America today are over 50. And in 5 years, by 2030, 1 in 5 people will be over 65. And we're not ready to stop working. Some of us actually enjoy this time in life and the fact that we want to keep working while others need to work. I get it. Others need to work to pay the bills. Hello, what a concept. The facts are many recruiters are younger and unconscious bias has creeped in. It's also because of what they're being told about us. We're tech challenged. We're ready to retire. We're lazy. All the things, frankly, that they said about Gen Xers back in the day, that they're now saying about Gen Zers, which is incorrect. But the facts remain that many recruiters are younger than us and they have this perception of us. Job descriptions still have coded language. That's right. Digital native, energetic, fast-paced environment. I'm sure you could fill in the blanks when it comes to coded language that you yourself have seen and witnessed. The algorithms are filtering us out. The algorithms are The algorithms are filtering out resumes with long work histories. Hybrid hiring systems? Question mark. Yeah, they favor what's recent, what's now, what's relevant to them. And then you have AI. That's right. So the facts are many recruiters are younger than us and unconscious bias creeps in. Job descriptions have the coded language. Algorithms are filtering us out because of our longer work histories. Hybrid work systems are favoring what's recent, and then AI. Those are the facts, Jack. Those are the things that are holding us back from landing the jobs that we deserve, frankly. Just last week, I was listening to one of my women inside of the community of Second Act Women, and she told me she's been out of work for 10 months. 10 months, years, 20 plus years of experience, multiple awards. She's being told overqualified, which translation is too old, too expensive, too something. You can fill in those blanks too, I'm sure. Well, here's the deal. The irony is that companies need our experience more than ever before, not just because of what we bring, the fact that 5 generations are working together and that Gen Zs are entering the workforce needing mentors. But as I said earlier, the world is growing older, literally, with 1 in 3 of us over 50. Can you just imagine what happens if they are not hiring us? They will plateau. Innovation will decrease. Creativity will decrease. Productivity will decrease. Because if you just have the thoughts and the experience of just 1 to 2 generations, where's the innovation? Where is the critical thinking? Where is all of the things that when you blend all of the generations together, where is that? Where will it be? Where will your company be? Growth will stall. I can tell you growth will stall if you stick with just 2 generations in the workplace. So let's talk about what I'm actually hearing from women who are navigating the everyday, because again, I feel you. We feel you. My colleagues feel you. The women that I'm talking to say they are tired. They have been ghosted, ignored, gaslit into thinking that they are the problem because of age, because of a chapter number. Far from true. Here is also what I'm hearing. The vibe inside of the circles that I am in is that some are pivoting and they are starting businesses which, hello, is not a bad idea because female entrepreneurs over 40 in particular are driving the economy. But not everybody wants to be a business owner. I get it, or a consultant. But maybe that's something you do right now is just become a 1099 and take project-based work until the workforce wakes up. But others are also second guessing themselves, which happens. The confidence decreases. They're wondering if they're even worth anything. They're wondering if their value is valued at all anymore. And that takes a toll on our brains and our mindset, on all of the things. That's what age bias does. It chips away at who we are. It chips away at our confidence. Well, I've also heard that they are feeling invisible in the interviews themselves, or that younger managers, if they are working, that younger managers seem to feel uncomfortable managing them. And some are even afraid to list all of that beautiful experience that you have gathered over the course of 20, 30, sometimes 40 years. They are afraid to showcase those experiences because they think it'll age them on paper. They think it will be a red flag. Sadly, they're right. They are right that it will flag them. And while I'm an advocate for age and aging, there are just certain things that we have to do that we'll talk about in a moment to get our foot in the door to prove, and sadly, I hate to use that word prove, that we are of value. Here's the thing. It isn't about ability. It is about visibility. Plain and simple. It isn't about your ability to get the job done and land the job. Sometimes it's also about our visibility. And we have to flip the script, darn it, to show up. In certain environments, we have to show up with our stories. We have to show up. Do not let the chipping away of your confidence get in the way of showcasing who you are as the human that is the right person for that job. A recent stat from AARP says they found that companies with age-diverse teams have higher innovation rates, stronger retention, increased productivity, increased creativity, yet most workplaces simply haven't caught on to that. That's where myself and my colleagues are working on that. We have to change that narrative that we are too old to be, to see, to do. We are not. I say we are not out of our prime. We are in it. We are in our prime. So what do we need to do about it? What can at least we do about it? You being the person seeking the job. That's where I want to spend the last few minutes just hyping you up, giving you some really key information that you need to know when it comes to applying for those jobs that you deserve. So number one is you need to audit your brand. How are you showing up on LinkedIn? What does your resume look like? And even your email signature. That's right. Your Gmail, when you're sending out and responding, just like a business, because you're in the business of getting a job. You are the CEO of your career. You need to even have an email signature as you would in the workplace that says it all, that's showing off the awards, that's showing off the things that makes you the right person for the job. It's all about your personal brand because you are a brand. That's right. You are a brand, and it needs to reflect who you are today, not where you were 10 years ago, sister, brothers, they. That's right. You need to cut down, yes, all that glorious experience that we've gathered over the course of many years. You have to cut it down to 10 to 15 years. 15 is even a max. 10 to 12 years. Here is another thing. You need to lead with achievements, not job titles. Lead with achievements. And when I'm saying lead with achievements, I'm saying lead with achievements with numbers attached to them. That's right, quantifiable numbers attached to those achievements. Use language that reflects impact, the impact and the results that you have had. And I don't care if it was 10 years, if it goes back 10 years, you put those impact statements, you put those results because you did the job and you had those results. That's right. They just don't need to know it was 10 years ago, you know? So the other thing that you have got to know is there is the job in Colorado specifically, and other states like California, I believe Pennsylvania, New York. Please don't quote me on that. Do your own research. In Colorado, July 1st of 2024, the JAFA went into effect. July 1st of 2024, the Job Application Fairness Act, which restricts employers from asking about job applicants' age, your date of birth, or the dates of attendance / graduation at educational institutions with limited expectations for legal and safety needs. This is your safety net. This is what you need to know, not to put on those resumes, not to have on, if you can, on your LinkedIn. That's right. The Job Application Fairness Act protects you, and it is specific to helping us in the aging community, or the aging community. What do I mean by that? Meaning it's to protect us job seekers so that we can fairly apply for those jobs and fairly be seen as the right candidate for that position that you are seeking. That's right. Here is where you will find it. It is, and I will post it in the links. I will put a link in the show notes to this particular. Riley, go sit down. Go sit down. My dog just loves to be a part of this. Anytime I'm on a Zoom call, anytime I'm on a phone call, anytime, she's got to be near me in my lap. She's got to be a part of the conversation. So anyway, yeah, make sure, or I will drop those in the show notes, as I said, so that you have that information. The fact is, that is here to help you, but not a lot of people still know about that. Number 2 is you've got to show your ROE, not your DOB. You've got to show your ROE and not your DOB. That's right. You've got to show your return on experience and not your date of birth. Stop worried about looking younger. Listen, you can't reverse aging. It is a thing. And you are blessed to be in this world aging, because that means you're in this world, right? So stop worrying about looking younger. Focus on showing your value instead. You are an asset. You have always been an asset to the former positions that you've had, and you are going to be the future asset to that job and that new career that you are seeking. What do you bring that no one else perhaps can teach or do? You know what? You also bring judgment, critical thinking, leadership, perspective, emotional intelligence. You bring all of those things to the table that, frankly, some generations simply are working on getting there one day as they age, but they don't bring some of those things. You have to keep learning strategically. Okay, that doesn't mean a new degree or a new certificate. It means knowing and learning about what's happening now in that career that you are seeking. In that, even if you're switching careers, you can switch careers at any age. Let's face it. But maybe it's learning AI basics. Maybe it's a new collaboration tool. Whatever it may be, the point is to signal learning agility. You need to signal learning agility by keep learning strategically. You need to, number 4, expand your circle. It's so easy to stick with the same circle. And listen, I know there's omniverts out there. Yes, that's a word where we've become extroverts and introverts. Maybe we started as an extrovert, now we're an introvert. We want to sit on that couch after we get off of work, or we're not wanting to get out there and be seen, right? The visibility factor. You got to expand your circle. It's also not healthy to circle yourself around naysayers. Yeah, you got to give them the Heisman. You got to give them the Heisman when you have the naysayers out there and people that will bring you down. Most people, as we know at this age, get jobs through our networks, connecting, and not necessarily the job board. So you need to get out there, get to events, get to networking. I cannot tell you how many people I have connected with. I've made myself get out there because I am the omnivert now. I've made myself get out there in the last few months, and the connections I'm making, some of the speaking opportunities that are coming my way, because they would have never heard about me if I would stay here working from home and then getting on my couch watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They wouldn't have known about me, right? So you need to get out there and expand your circle and network. By the way, hello, you need to, there's some new things. I'm gonna try this. You need to, let me do some breaking news. Drum roll. Okay, the drum roll is, you got to network with all the generations. That's right. You have to network with all the generations. Let's give an applause for all the generations out there. Right? We have got to network amongst those other generations. And then number 5, as I come to a close, is reclaim your narrative, girlfriend. Reclaiming my time. You need to reclaim the narrative. You need to stop leading with what's missing, what you haven't done, what you hope to do. Stop leading with that. Lead with what is possible. The story, your story about your experience determines how people see you. And it's your story. It's in your DNA. And you, by the way, are a masterpiece. There's no other person like you. There might even be no other person like you that can teach or do some of the things that some of these jobs are looking for. It is in your DNA, your story. You need to lead with what's possible. Okay? So as I come to a close, I challenge you to get out there and say, once a week, I'm going to even work from a coffee shop. And when I do, I'm going to have a conversation with my neighbor. That's right. I'm going to have a conversation. I'm going to get out there and get to a new coffee shop. I'm going to, as you're applying for jobs, take your laptop someplace else instead of your bed or your home office, whatever it may be. But I want to leave you with this. Your experience is not your baggage. It is your advantage. It is your edge. It is what makes that next job lucky to have you when you walk in the door and when they hire you. You've led teams. You've navigated change. You've built careers. You've built your career. You've raised families or 5-pound dogs. You've survived life. You have survived life. You already have the skills to adapt to any market. You are a Gen X boomer and millennial who has gone through it. You can adapt to change. And do not let anybody tell you you cannot. What you need now is to remind yourself and them that you still got it. That's right. Because the future, actually, the now is you. The now, not the future, is our humans over 40, 50, 60 plus. You are the now and the future. That's right. So join me every Thursday morning right here on the House of Middlescents as one of my house guests. I hope today I filled your cup of joe with some really great knowledge bombs and some things that hopefully have you thinking and reminding you that you are the SH. Join me every Thursday morning. Next Thursday, we're talking about caregiving with the state director of AARP from here in Colorado because it's Caregiver Awareness Month. That's right. But join me here every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. live. I like to go live in the House of Middle Essence. Make it a great day, will you?